Heyo, it's OmniDog here with a video for you guys. How's it going, OmniDogs and OmniKittens? What I'm going to talk about today is purging or slash curating your collection to something you really love. Whether you have 15 books or 1,500 books, I think everyone should, I'm not telling you to, but I think you should take a look at your collection, as I am doing in this video. Look at your collection and say, what do I love? What am I really gonna read? What do I have time for? What are my priorities? And what do I just don't think I'm going to get to, honestly? So I won't point the finger at you guys and tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do and see if you can get something out of it. Maybe you'll be helped by some of this. So I looked at my collection, and you see the display here. I also looked at my pops. I've got some pops that are for sale and I looked at my collection, and I have stayed within my budget over the years. I haven't gone crazy on things, but I have purchased things that I look back on now and I think, well, I don't regret it, but I'm looking at these books now thinking I'm either not that interested anymore. My interest might have been higher earlier, and my tastes may have changed. Because I've been collecting collected editions for a while now, and I think my tastes may have changed. So, for instance, look at Savage Sword of Conan, and Conan the Barbarian, and Cull the Savage, if you can see that there at the bottom. These are all really good books. I remember reading Conan growing up, and Savage Sword as a magazine. And I remember really loving it. And these are good books. If you have them in your collection and you love them, I get it. But I just don't think me personally, that I'm gonna get to them. And I want to create a collection where everything in it is something I really care about and either can't wait to read or want to reread. And I have to give credit to Joachim Comic Center, because he sort of planted this seed, not of minimalism like he does, but of creating a collection that you really love. And that, when he interviewed me, it sort of set off, when he said that, it sort of set off a bell in my head that was like, am I really going to read Wonder Woman Golden Age Omnibus? Am I really going to get to that? The Batman and Superman Golden Age Omnibuses. Superman, Wonder Woman, Superman Golden Age. I've got lots of Superman and Batman Golden Age. Now, if these come out when I was 13 years old, you know, back in 1972, back when your parents were teenagers, most of you, I would have dug into these and read them right away. Because first of all, I loved those kind of comics, but I didn't have access to them. You got them in 100-page super spectaculars, and they were 50 cents for 100 pages, and they would be like a news story, and then you get tons of filler, which I loved. It was all Golden Age stuff where I got introduced into, you know, Mr. Mxyzptlk and the Vigilante and other really cool Golden Age, later Silver Age kind of characters. And it would be reading older Superman and older Batman stuff, and I dug it back then. But I just think I have changed, and my tastes have changed. And while those of you out there that love your Batman Golden Age omnibuy, and I get it, I wanted to love it, and I'm not talking them down at all, but I just think my tastes have changed. And you might be surprised to see The Mighty Thor by Walt Simonson here. That's a big book, and I really don't care for Thor. I like Jason Aaron's Thor. That's the first Thor run I've ever cared for. So I'm looking at these books and I'm thinking, they're taking up valuable room. They could make somebody else happier, and I'm just not going to get to them. I don't know that they're not a high priority. And Pops, I'm not a pop collector anymore. These need to go to, these are cereal icon Pops. They need to go to somebody that collects cereal icon Pops. And I mean, I've got a handful, a chunk of all kinds of books that I need to sell that just, I'm going to list them in various places. I'm going to try not to list them on eBay first. I'm going to try and sell them in either Facebook groups or Discord groups, something like that, where I can avoid the fee. But, or if you guys want to buy any of these books, certainly hit me up. I'll put my email in the description. It's omnidogsvault2@gmail. I'll give you a good deal. But take a look at your collection, and if you want, this is just a suggestion, but this is what I did. And I'm curating it down to the books I really, really want to get to, really want to read, like Jason Aaron's Thor. I really want to read that. I've read the first 3 hardcovers. I'm going to keep it in hardcover. I'm not going to get the omnibus whenever it comes out, but I am going to keep it and I'm going to read it. It really interests me. I think more modern stuff is what I'm going to start collecting, and Silver Age DC, like Silver Age Batman and Superman. Now that I will rip open when those come out, especially 68 to 75, 1968 to 75, man, that was the sweet spot. Silver Bronze Age. Oh, that's when I really dug it. So I'm excited for that. And I want to live long enough to see those. So I'm trying to take care of my health. But take a look at your collection. If you have any issues at all, if you think, I don't have room, I'm not in love with these books, somebody else could really dig them, it's not a sin to, it's not saying you've made a mistake. You've just changed. Your tastes have changed like mine have. And these books are a few years old and I'm interested in different stuff. So if you're like me, go through your collection and pull books out that you don't love, that you don't think you're going to get to right away, that you think, am I going to read this in the next year or two? Am I excited about this book? Do these books excite me? You may want to think about selling them or donating them to a library or Second and Charles. Sell them at Second and Charles or wherever you go, or your local library. These books that are taking up space in my collection now can make somebody else happy. That's the way I'm looking at it. And if you look at it the way I am, don't be afraid to say, my tastes have changed. I really want to go through, pull out the books, set them aside that I really love, and pull out the books that I'm not that excited about and set them aside and think about it. You don't have to rush right out and sell anything. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you anything. It's just my suggestion that you create a collection that excites you and not just, some of these things, I will totally admit, I bought just because I thought it would look cool on my shelf, that it would be great to have a whole thing of Superman Golden Age Omnibus. It didn't really turn out that well for me, so I'll cop to the fact that I wanted everything to look good. You want to have an attractive collection, but I think the main point is you want a collection you love. So don't be afraid to go through, pull out the things that, now I'm repeating myself, so it may be time to end this video, but it's up to you if you want to do a little purging, Go through it. See if you're excited about your collection. Nothing wrong cultivating it, curating it, pulling things out that you're not excited about, and having, you know, instead of a 5x5 Kallax full of books, to have some empty space where you can add books that you really care about. So these are going, I've got a couple of other stacks of books that are going, few other things that I'm going to be selling, and I'm just going to collect things from now on. Not status books. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of buying status books sometimes. I just want to get what really interests me that I'm going to get into. So think about it. Maybe you're interested in going through your collection and seeing if it needs a change. It's healthy. It's good for you. Change is good. Don't be afraid of it. So if you like this video, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave me a comment. I always respond to comments. I can take it. It's okay. If you don't agree, not a problem. We're all different in this world. I'll leave my email address in the description if you're interested in any of these books. And I'm also on Instagram, OmniDogs_vault. So peace and love, and embrace the change and create a collection you love and really can't wait to dive into. Peace and love.